Hey everyone, we are back in FE5, except we can't see anything now. Danny, do you see anything? Well, I guess now we see something.
I see something. I see something. I see Shiva.
Yeah, I see Liffus. Oh,
I
but
see
no.
London. I see France. I see Marty's underpants.
Well, that's just kind of rude. I'm pretty sure he has pants on. At least it looks like it.
Right, it's his shirt that he's not wearing.
So, first fog map. Goofy
No, the
Thracia
screen did
fog.
not go black. No, the screen did not go black, dear viewer. This is how Thracia Frog works.
Yeah, this was the first game to have fog, right?
Yes. This is the first game to have fog. Well, the first Fire Emblem game to have fog.
Yeah. The first ever video game to introduce fog.
I'm pretty sure the first game to actually have fog was Fogger.
Alright, Fogger!
It's a spin-off of Frogger, where you control fog trying to cross the road while fans are trying to blow you away.
Right, I forgot about that one. Pretty hype, honestly.
But, yeah, this was the first Fire Emblem with fog. And they, I think they were just kind of trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I do know there are some ROM hacks that'll have Thracia fog, and I mean the obvious one among them is Super Thracia, because that's like a Thracia Redux. Well, even some GBA ones have Thracia fog.
I think I don't hate Thracia fog inherently, but I haven't played a Thracia fog map blind in a long while.
One of my favorite things about Super Thracia fog is it changes the geography on all of the Thracia fog maps.
I remember hearing about that, so you can't even go off of your memory of how you've played the map.
It changes geography on some other maps too, but like that's the big one, is like you can see the others. But yeah, it's just so it definitely does give like a foreboding atmosphere. I think Thracia fog works for outdoor maps where there's like they're pretty wide open.
They're big spaces that you can walk around in and explore in the fog.
And so at the same time as like uncovering terrain as you explore, like go through the fog, I think it both makes it easier for the player to like have a general idea that like this area is probably wide open even though you can't see it in the blackness.
Yeah.
But also conversely, like indoor Thracia fog maps sometimes like feel like they don't even have Thracia fog in a weird way. A big one that comes up for me is I think it's 11X Murder Hollis. It's actually called Murder Holes, but the old translation called it Murder Hollis, which is the joke that I like to make. But it's a map that has several long, thin hallways. And so with Thracia fog, because you can still see where your units can move, right?
Yeah, if you pull up your movement range, you can still see the tiles you can walk on. Well, bad example. Like
even
this.
if they're blacked out? Yeah. So like you can see like, okay, you get a general idea, like, okay, there's probably cliffs there where Tanya can't walk, right? Or maybe it's forests because they just have extra terrain penalty, right? So you get the rough idea, but you don't know the exactsies.
Yeah.
In an indoor map like Murder Hollis, where it's like, okay, well, all of my units can walk in a straight line. I figured out the geography. So like it simultaneously feels like better and worse for you, but in both ways it feels like worse design. Like it feels like it makes the Thracia fog feel pointless, and it also makes it so that like farther away parts of the map you kind of can't judge because they're just blackness, and so it's weird.
I'm not a big fan of indoor Thracia fog, mostly because something like a big open field like this, you can maneuver this pretty easy in Thracia fog, whereas an indoor map, Parn's Gaiden is Thracia fog, right? That's
oh god!
Because Parn's map is
yeah.
fog. And if you have an indoor map with fog with narrow hallways, sure, you can see where your units are going easy enough, but you don't know where the hallways are going to go very easily. Like, you kind of
Mhm.
understand that, like, oh, this is a 2 or 3 mile wide walkway that extends this way, a certain definition of distance or whatever.
Yeah.
But when it comes to corridors with doors and chests and choke points, I find it gets kind of frustrating trying to figure out where stuff is.
Yeah.
Especially if there's
chests.
chests.
Especially. Harns is a big one because it's a map with like a lot of chests. Because it's like a thief hideout.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of chests you have to open up.
But this map also has a thing like that. There's a fort where whoever stands on the fort gets a torch staff. And the fort is actually kind of out of the way. It's in the middle of the island. You have to go through, see where those cliffs are that Avel is.
That's where Avel's
Whoever
gonna
goes
go.
there gets, it's not a torch staff, it's a torch item. Like the item.
A torch.
I think I said torch staff by accident. Like, my brain auto-filled.
Close enough.
But yeah, they get a torch, right? And actually, I dislike that for 2 reasons. First off, is that, like, if there were not Thracia fog, and you could see, oh, there's a random fort there, you might be like,
Fort.
why is there a random fort there? Like, oftentimes, in games where there's secrets, if there's a tile that stands out as being weird,
There
you
must be
send someone to
something.
that tile to see if there's something there. But moreover, I also dislike it because whoever goes there kind of just, like, isn't available for the rest of the map. Because then they have to go all the way back, and it's desert terrain.
Yeah, that's why I said
Some of it is
Avel,
desert
'cause
terrain.
I said Avel because 8 move, infantry, terrain, and 2 movement stars, so she might be able to catch up and do something.
I send Halvan and Marty because I won't miss them.
Makes sense.
Because there are some pirates that spawn from around there as well, so you want to have someone who can, like, handle themselves, which, like, Avel can handle herself.
We're gonna go on a little walk around the beach real quick.
I'm generally not a huge fan of this map. This is gonna be a trend for me with the guided maps. Oh wait, is it that one?
Well, there's 2 of them. There's...
Oh, it's on both of them.
Yeah,
okay.
you get one here, and you get one from up here.
I thought it was just... I guess the out-of-the-way one sticks in my mind because, like...
Why would you go... You have to go so out of the way to get it, so it's super memorable. I don't need this. I don't need that. We can just... That's not quite enough to kill, but... Well, it's definitely not enough to kill. Well, it would have been enough to kill. I think we'll go ahead and kill anyway, since there's more enemies over here. Hey, Dagdar.
Apparently you won't. Oh, apparently you will. Apparently you will.
Hey, defense! This is fine. I do like this is the weirdest quality of life because it only works in FE5 or earlier, where if you hit the next unit button when there's no more units to select, it brings up the end option.
Well, that's because they added auto end as a feature starting in 6, like as an option.
Yeah. So it's funny that it's a quality of life, and I go, wow, that's a really cool quality of life. Like, that's pretty awesome. And then I remember, oh, but it's kind of obsolete because of auto end turns. You just, oh, that's a steel bow.
I know not everyone likes to have auto end turns on. And like in, for example, Radiant Dawn, where there's direct in the yellow units, that matters. Not Path of Radiance, because apparently you have to use fucking Ike's action to direct the yellow units, which is so stupid. Because it's a free action, but if Ike already moved, you can't do it. I hate that.
You can't go back and like change your mind about it if Ike's already moved.
In Path of Radiance, you might want to not auto end turn in case something happens on the last unit's action that impacts what you want the yellow units to do. Like, oh shit, someone missed at 87. I should probably direct the yellow units to go here then. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then, I can potentially see, like, wanting to be able to adjust animations before switching to enemy phase, but otherwise, it really does feel like there's not really a reason not to have auto-end turn on.
I think the only time people who have played the modern games ever have auto-end turns off is when in their first playthrough of Echoes, where they don't realize that it starts with auto-end off.
Also, Chapter 1 of Code of the Burger King, because Wario is a glitched unit in that chapter, and if all of the other recruited units have made their actions and Wario hasn't, the turn will auto-end. So you have to turn auto-end off.
Yeah, I actually ran into that whenever I tried to, and I realized Wario just didn't get his action. I was like, oh, I guess I better move him first.
Yeah, well, so you can just turn auto-end off. If you turn auto-end off, then it solves the problem. Because basically what's happening is, like, so it's a ROM hack that, like, Wario is a secret unit in it. Yes, it's the Wario you're thinking of. And, because of the way that his recruitment works, he's recruited in Prologue. Because of the way that it works, in Chapter 1 there's some funkiness. It's just, like, early ROM hacking. Well, not even early ROM hacking, but, like, earlier than modern ROM hacking limitations.
It happens.
But, like, there's a very easy workaround, so it's not a big deal, in my opinion.
Oh.
That's okay, just proc another movement star.
We have not gotten a single adept off of this guy yet.
Oh, I forgot he has adept. That's the other gambling part of him.
Although it's FE5 adept, so it's just AS % chance.
What's his AS right now?
That is a really good question. 8.
Wait, how did you check that without scrolling up?
Because on the top right.
Oh, shit!
Quality of life.
Yeah. GBA could never. GBA could never.
Well, I don't think that's there in Vanilla Thracia. I think if you play older patches or the original, I think it only shows attack, hit, crit, and range. Maybe avoid.
Well, but you don't understand. Older patches are superior because they show you your unit's level in the battle.
Woo! Important!
So in like older patches, because this is how it was originally, like before quality of life got added to the translation patches. This is how it was, like, in the Japanese version, right?
Yeah.
The battle forecast would show hit, damage, and level instead of crit.
It showed what your current unit's level was in the bottom
and
right.
The enemy's level, and the enemy's level.
And the enemy's level, just in case you need to know that. I guess in FE4 it kind of made sense, because you couldn't crit without the critical skill anyways, so I guess the devs never thought to put a crit window down there.
Well, and level is important information for learning about big shield procs.
That is true. It does tell you what the great shield
percent proc
is.
of big shield is. What's great shield?
Oh, big shield, right. Superior
yeah,
name.
Shield.
Does anyone in my army even have deep bows yet? I bothered to steal this bow. No one can use steel bows yet.
I mean, you're close though. 45.
Run ends up.
Because it's 50. This game has universal 50 per rank.
Yeah.
So you know you're close.
Look how much she moves.
Close.
She cruising. Oh, I guess to anyone who wants to know about them, we haven't really explained how supports work in this game yet.
Oh yeah, do you want to or should I?
I'll go for it. I kind of like how supports work in this game. So supports are built into all your units. You don't build them at all. They just kind of start on everyone. And the way it works is, for example, Leaf supports Finn. So whenever they're within 3 tiles, Finn will gain 10 extra hit, avoid, crit, and crit avoid. That's the support bonuses in this game. There's one or two small exceptions, but for the most part, it's 10 hit, avoid, crit, and crit avoid. But they're mostly one way. So Leaf supports Finn, but Finn doesn't support him back, which is interesting. But then you get stuff like, I think Avel supports Dagdar, Halvin, and maybe Ocean? Or maybe she doesn't support Dagdar. I know she supports the Axe Bros. Because what makes it so sad is Halvin has that 4 Pursuit critical, and it makes you go, wow, I can't wait to get 20 crit on Halvin, and then or 25 crit on Halvin, and then go for that 100 crit build. But the only person Halvin is supported by is Avel. So you can't get...
but like, Avel's pretty good, so why would you not deploy her every map that she's available?
Because I always misplace her in Chapter 5.
Skill issue.
Magic issue, because otherwise she... Well, actually, it's not a status staff. That's right, it's not a status staff. Avoid issue?
Issue?
Ooh, go Alvin, setting up kills for Tanya. I don't actually know if I'm going to use this unit longer term, but it's funny to give her kills in the early game. Because EXP bar go up.
Are you playing on normal or Paragon mode?
This is normal mode.
I mean, the experience formula in Thracia is very kind.
Yeah, I like how much, especially with the whole you gain EXP even if you miss, or even if you can't counter. I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
I think it's just equal to chip EXP, basically. Like, you get the same EXP as if you would have chipped.
That's how you do Safi training in Chapter 3. Like what I was telling you about the Iron Man safe Safi combat.
Yeah,
like she doesn't attack. But she does...
just miss over and over again.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't miss. They miss.
Make them miss. We're really channeling... Actually, that's the opposite of FE1 staff training, right? Because in FE1, don't you have to get hit in FE1, or can you miss? Or can they miss?
I think you can dodge. So,
Okay.
like, the thing is that, like, cleric experience actually works. It's so stupid.
It's
Cleric
really
experience
funny.
works differently. Cleric experience works differently from combat units, right? So,
Yes.
like, combat units get no experience if they're not the ones who deal damage. But clerics only get experience if they can't deal damage. So, like, you run into a situation where, like, Risk can dodge tanks, but then once he promotes, he doesn't get, like, his experience gain actually goes down.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Because I know if someone like, you know, one of your staffers gets into a round of combat, and then, like, gets EXP from it, it states, like, the curate withstood the attack, and then you get a bunch of EXP for it.
Yeah.
Here's the part where we have to cross the one tile white bridge across sand and wasteland. I probably could have done like rescuing to get across this, but eh.
Oh my god, I hate this map. I hate this map so much. I hate this map so much. This map is so bad. This map is trash.
I probably could have made this faster by not sending everyone down this way, but I like a little walk on the beach every now and then. So, how do we want to deal with this guy? Nah, I don't need to capture that. 6 twice. Gotta keep feeding the Halvin machine. So that's 13 twice. Yeah, sure. Halvin, go for it. Hey!
Does this mean you're using him long term? I
Let's
guess
go.
it depends on the level.
That's another
Yo!
strength skill speed level. Halvin's
And
popping
defense!
off.
And defense! And defense!
He is
Orson
going
who?
crazy.
Orson who?
Look, imagine needing this to be an awesome unit. Nah, we're just gonna be a good unit. I know there's some kind of scary enemies up here. No, I'm thinking across the bridge.
No, I don't. Well, so do you mean like Shiva Squad?
Yeah, I'm thinking of the Myrmidons and the Warrior up here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like surrounding him.
I know they're pretty high up. You have to go pretty far to actually reach them. Sand. New plan, actually. Pick up.
Yeah. Like, okay, so I can understand, like, that the intent of this was to sort of, like, hey, infantry rescue drop, like, tutorialize that, since you're gonna be tested on infantry doing rescue dropping next map, right? So, like, I can see Kaga's vision, but it just does not come together.
No, it's rough. We're actually going to do this to you because I really want this guy out of the way now. Wadoosh. Wadoosh.
Nice. Nice.
Still can't reach.
So, since there's not much else going on, I just had, like, I don't know if it's a cursed or blessed thought.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, Thracia, we keep FCM.
Okay.
But we add the rumored but not true crit rolls before hit from Fire Emblem 6.
Oh, that'd be funny.
So you can, like, crit stack.
To increase your hit on a
Yeah.
second attack. Oh, that's goofy.
I mean, it can help Halvin.
Yeah?
Help Halvin's accuracy. Even though, like, we were just talking about how, like, you can't really do too much with, like, the supports and crit stacking and stuff. Like,
I'm probably going to give him the Odo Scroll before the other funny unit we're talking about last episode comes up. I'm probably going to give him the Odo Scroll just to get as much crit chance on this man built up as possible.
so, I thought you were celebrating skill because of what we talked about in Chapter 1 with really, really bad accuracy on axes.
Nope, I just want crit.
See, I was hyped about skill because he might actually be able to fucking hit the broadside of the barn come the second half of the game.
You enjoy skill for reliability. I enjoy skill because whoosh, whoosh. We are not the same. Whee! Whatcha? Choo-choo. Super Kanto.
I guess it is. I guess it is Super Kanto. I never know what to call, like, the various forms of Kanto, right? Because, like, so we've got GBA Kanto, where you can only move after specific actions.
Yeah.
We have Thracia Kanto, where you can move after even attacking. We have FE4 Kanto, where you can move after attacking, and also you can equip a new weapon.
Yeah, you can basically.
Ronan is not rolling the dice well.
Yeah, I have not gotten any adepts on this man yet.
We have Canter from Engage, where you can move only after attacking or stabbing, but not after
Trading.
other stuff. And also, it's 2 move always, or 3. It's a fixed number move, basically. And then we have 3 Houses Kanto, which is actually different from the other Kantos I've listed, because in 3 Houses Kanto, your dismounted units can mount and then they get to move.
I thought that was a bug when I initially played the game, because I realized, like, oh, I can mount up and then move. Like, that has to be an oversight. There's no way that's actually how that works.
But, like, they don't get Kanto, but they do get... Because, like, they move and then take an action. Like, you mount, move, and then take an action.
Yeah.
And I believe you do not get Kanto, but you do get to... Like, it feels like Kanto, because mounting is an action. I don't know.
It's interesting.
I would describe 3 Houses Kanto, at least, as different from Thracia Kanto and Path of Radiance Kanto, which are the ones it's closest to.
Because Thracia and... I was about to say Thracia and FE5, because Thracia and Path of Radiance Kanto is just the you can attack and then move after attacking, really, or move after doing basically everything. This guy.
Can you move? So I have a question. Can you move after talking in Thracia? I know that talking ends your turn in FE4. Because, like, if that's the case, then we get to say that Fire Emblem 9 has different Kanto from Thracia as well.
I think you can Kanto after talking in this game. I don't think you can act after talking. Like, I don't think
I know. Yeah, I know it ended Avel's turn.
Yeah. Because I know in GBA as well, you can't talk and then other action. I think FE...
so stupid. I hate it so much.
Oh, FE9 lets you talk and then action, right? Because you can
Yeah.
you can like talk to Astrid and then trade bows onto or attack something. Oh, nice crit.
FE3 lets you talk and then action.
All right. God,
Like-
FE3 is so bizarre in what it lets you do and what kind of quality of life it has.
They had the technology. FE3 lets you visit houses and then take action. Like the cute little flavor houses where they say not to use Jagan because he's this EXP thief.
Yeah, FE3 always amazes me with what it has for its different menuings. Because FE3 also has, like you have like your little window that shows you all your stats, and then it has a little window that says effective, and it tells you how much effective damage you would do if you were to strike something with your effective weapon.
And FE3 tells you if you pull up the second preview, right?
Yeah.
It shows you the day you, the player, are going to die.
It has everything.
Everything you'd ever want to know. I forgot about the warrior. I remembered the Myrmidon. I forgot about the warrior. He is
Yeah.
actually kind of scary. You're right.
Big warrior.
I was like, yeah, the Myrmidons are like, I guess the Axe Bros kind of fear him, but like, Finn is fine, Dagdar's fine. But like, no, like, that warrior's actually pretty scary.
big scary.
I always
warrior.
forget about him. I say I always forget about him. I literally forgot about him now. So yeah, I do always forget about him.
I always get scared when it just sits here like this, because there's clearly something moving in the fog that I cannot see.
Dun. Dun. That's
Oh.
the I'm scared.
So, when it comes to Thracia Fog, I had an idea for what I would kind of like to see for... I kind of want to feed this to Finn somehow.
Is it nothing? Because that's what Thracia Fog wants you to see.
Is that 14 twice? That does not kill. I could feed it to Leaf.
You can Canto away and you can feed Leaf. You've been talking about wanting
Yeah.
to feed Leaf bosses.
We'll do
And like
this.
there's no bonus experience for bosses, so it's just technically a
Oh,
promoted
hey.
kill. Never mind.
I actually don't
Leaf?
mind this.
Leaf is gonna go into Mancer like, ooh!
That's cool.
Okay, what stat are you popping off over him getting?
A lot of them.
I was popping off over luck because we're closer to the 30 luck build.
Yo! Ammo tanking at its finest. I don't remember what else is up here, so we're gonna send you up here. I know Shiva's up here, but he's right here or something. Oh, the Fog of War idea. So I don't know how technologically capable this would be on like ROM hacking stuff, but for me personally, if I had a decision, I would want to do a sort of Fog of War that starts as Thracia Fog, but as you move away from areas you've already been to, it's GBA Fog.
Yeah, that's how a lot of RTSs work.
So I kind of like to see something like that almost. So you kind of have to wander around, figuring out where you're going initially. But you can look back and say, okay, that's where the mountain was. That's where a cliff was. So you're not having to
Cliff?
remember.
Gaiden Cliff?
God, if only. This game would be even more awesome if it had Cliff in it.
The canonical wielder of the Gradivu.
Baron Cliff will carry.
Are you the one currently thinking, or is the AI?
The AI's thinking. There's
Okay,
stuff moving that I
Because I
cannot
see everyone just standing there, and I'm like, Jacob. Because like, so I have your stream muted, just because like the audio like because of like Discord and internet and stuff, the audio always stutters for me. Wait, leave the boss experience.
Give him the boss experience for eating Liffus.
Are you gonna do the funny thing where you try to capture Shiva?
Not capturing Shiva. I have never captured Shiva and I never will. It is not worth it.
I've done it a couple of times. I'm pretty sure we did it in the relay.
It's funny, I guess, but I just don't care. Here,
So
take him.
the LTC strat is just to fucking murk him because he's dead. His squad doesn't show up.
Oh, his whole squad doesn't show up?
Yeah, if he's dead, his squad doesn't show up, and it's just an empty map that you run down.
I didn't know it made his whole squad not show up. I thought it just
Yeah.
made him not show up.
He's just gone, and his squad is gone too. Like the whole squad's gone.
You got the whole squad vanishing. Here, Glyphus, hold this. And I guess we'll put this. Oh yeah, there's scrolls in this game. I love scrolls. Scrolls are awesome.
Make sure you keep that thing away from Finn. If Finn ever misses a luck level, it's the Hodor Scroll's fault.
Always blame it. I don't even know who I'm gonna put that on. I think I usually just throw it on Leaf or something, but I might put it on, I don't know, Halvin or something.
At the very least, like, Leaf bringing it to Manster is
Manster.
pretty good.
I like bringing it into Manster.
And in Iron Man, it's basically Leaf's personal item because
Yeah.
anti-crit.
You never take it off of him.
Until you get like another
different
scroll
scroll
that
you can
either
put
is
on
like
him.
better for him or is like not needed by someone else.
Yeah.
The thing is that like for the most part, I think the scrolls aren't actually that impactful. They're more fun than anything, with two exceptions. One being the said scroll itself is just like a huge boost to speed. It can make a lot of characters get over 100% speed, right?
Yeah, 30% HP growth is like cool, but 30% speed growth? Speed is a much more impactful stat to get a +1 in than HP.
And the other way in which they're impactful is Thracia has a lot of inventory slots. So what you can do is what the community often refers to as scrolling up training projects. If you give someone a large number of scrolls, even though they all have some negatives attached to them, by stacking them, you will get more positive than you will negative.
Yeah.
Especially if you like are choosy about what you're stacking. Like, oh hey, this is a unit. This is a magical unit. I'm just not going to give them scrolls that increase strength and decrease magic, right? Or like vice versa, although there is an argument to have magic on physical units for... Magic is resistance in this game.
Yeah, magic equal...
and
your res is your magic stat.
And like, I know people like to meme on resistance. I think that's just yet another element of, I think a lot of things that people say are like the commonality of Fire Emblem. What they actually mean is it's this way in Fire Emblems 6 through 9. And not in other games. Res is actually, like, if magic was just resistance, which it is for a lot of physical units, it's still very useful in this game because of the high number of enemy mages and status stats.
Yeah, you definitely want it to avoid big magic attacks and getting status.
But that's
Speaking of magic, we get Sappy! Woo! Staffer girl!
And we get Lithus.
Yeah, we get Lithus!
Who's also related to magic, and that he likes to steal magic a bunch.
Lithus carrying more tomes than the average mage. Oh, but yeah, that's gonna be everything for first Fog of War! See, that was awesome, right? Love that chapter, right?
I hope that, I mean, that was like a little annoying, but like, I hope the mechanic doesn't come back again in like, say for example, a map with a bunch of flyers and mountains.
I sure hope literally every single Gaiden in the game does not have Fog of War. That'd be really funny if it did, though.
Well, you're in luck. There is actually a Gaiden that doesn't have Fog of War.
Can Finn be in luck?
I don't know. I think 1 like on the video equals 1 luck growth on Finn.
Oh god, we can make him invincible.
1 like equals 1% more luck growth.
Hype. Let's do this. We will have 200% luck growth on Finn.
Based.
See you guys.